Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an awesome day so far. Today's video is a how-to on how to control your contour. I thought it would be a good idea to show you guys kind of my quick-paced highlight and contour routine, as well as like where I place my contour and then how to fix it just in case I mess up. So if you guys want to see those tricks that I have up my sleeve, then just keep watching. I've already primed and put foundation on my face, so I'm all ready to highlight and contour. I'm actually going to start off with my contour today, and to do that I'm using a Tarte Sculptor stick. This has really been rubbed off and worn off because I use it so much, but I'm going to show you guys how I contour first, and then I'll show you guys where I put my highlight. The reason people contour is to slim down their face and bring out the shadows that are in their face. So right underneath cheekbones is normally where people contour, as well as jawline, nose, temples, that type of thing. So I'm going to start out with my cheekbone area. One way to figure out like kind of where to place your contour is just from the top of your ear, point that down. You can find your cheekbones feeling with a brush. So this is pretty much where I will place that contour line. Or if you don't want to do that, just kind of make a fish face and you'll be able to see the line. So I'll show you guys. Right there. So you just want to apply a little bit. A little bit really does go a long way with contour. So I like to start pretty much from the tip of my ear. Great. And that's where I place that line, and then I also do it on my jawline. I start from the bottom of my ear, draw down right where I can feel my jaw, just like that. So we'll focus on those two for now. You can either use a brush. I use a stippling brush to blend out my contour if I've already put my foundation on. I just like this one because it's light, and sometimes when I use a sponge or my fingers I feel like I'm wiping off the product, but that's just me. You guys can use whatever you want. So on the jawline, you kind of just want to go ahead and blend both ways, down and up, to really get that nicely blended out. Now when it comes to your cheekbone contour, you want to blend up. Like so. So now these two are blended out. Let's just say I brought my contour line on my cheekbone a little bit too low. There is a way to fix it other than just wiping it off and trying again. I would not recommend that if you've already done your foundation, because that can be quite frustrating. This is called the baking method. I'm sure all of you guys have seen it or seen memes of it, of girls with a lot of powder on their face. That's what baking is. It pretty much just is an excess amount of powder on your face. You let it sit there for some time, and it's going to really set your face and mattify and clean up any mistakes, especially if you use something that is a more coverage product, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm using a mineral powder from Ulta. I will have everything that I'm using in this tutorial will be listed in my description box with links to those products online, so you can purchase them or check them out or find out whatever you want to know about them. I'm using a fan brush. You can really use any type of brush if you can get it right tightly underneath that contour line. This just works because it's really thin and it's kind of hard to mess up. I think this is the easiest thing. So what you're going to do is start right where you started your contour, so up by my ear. You're basically just going to dab on. And that's going to take care of your contour line. So I'm now baking on both sides of my cheeks, and now we can move on to the upper half contour. This stuff is really super simple, and it's up to you and on how your forehead is shaped. So when contouring your forehead, I kind of have like, I don't know, I guess just an average size forehead. I guess maybe if anything it's a little bit big. So to combat that, what you're going to want to do is kind of draw on the perimeters of your forehead, and then when you do blend, you're going to want to blend up and down. And then when it comes to your temples, some people like to, I already have my eye makeup on so I'm not going to do this, some people like to draw a line from like here on out just to give a little bit more defined temple area. So what you can do if you already have your eye makeup on is just draw sorry for that, is just draw on right here in this area. Just make a little T or an X. And again, you can use a sponge or fingers or brush, whatever you want to use. Just for the sake of the video, since I have this out, I will use the brush. Also, another thing to mention, if you already have foundation on, just make sure you're using a really, really light hand with your blending, just so you don't disturb any of the foundation that you already have on. Just a couple of tips and tricks. If you have a larger forehead, you can of course bring that line, not, I wouldn't say like as low as you want, but a little bit lower than I did, or apply more product. And then I've also seen people who have kind of larger foreheads bring their contour in here in little stripes, and then obviously your highlight would go in the middle. If you have a smaller forehead, I would just say kind of stick to the temple area and then just blend in. That way you don't really make it look a lot smaller, but then there's still a little bit of warmth up there to even it out with the rest of your face. So that's pretty much what you do for the face contour. I'm also going to go ahead and contour under my lip and on my nose. So for the lip, to make your lips look a little bit plumper, you just want to draw a line underneath your lower lip. If you don't break your product, just draw a little line like that. And now for the center of my face, I do like to switch and use a sponge. I don't know why, it's just personal preference. I think the sponge just soaks up product, so it makes it look a little bit more natural. And now for my nose, the nose is interesting. You can contour your nose if you want to or not. Some people think it looks really unnatural, but if you add a little bit of product, it kind of just ties in the look, I believe. So I'm going to go ahead and contour my nose. So I'm going to be starting up here, and I'm going to bring it down kind of on the side, not on the top of my nose here, but more like on this side. And then I'm going to switch onto the top of my nose, and I'm going to draw right on the side like that to slim it. Now just with my sponge, I'm going to go ahead and kind of lightly blend that out. With this, you really just want to take your time and be patient and use dabbing motions. You do not want to like pull this or drag or anything, just dab. You want to try and keep the product right where it is.
Forgetting who I am, forgetting where I'm coming from. I cause myself away.
Okay, so that's basically it for contouring. So now on to highlight. If you perhaps went a little bit too heavy on the nose contour, you can just totally fix it with your highlight. So I'm starting in between my eyebrows. I was going to say in the center of my forehead. That's not it. And I'm just going to draw a line down. So right here is where I'm going to stop. I've been using the brush the wide way, and now I'm going to flip and use it the smaller way. I would normally highlight and conceal my under eye area. I just have one little quick tip for you guys. If you brought your contour a little bit too high and just blended it too high, or you thought it was too muddy or too dark up here, so this is like where I normally bring my highlight. Just dab a couple little dots right there on the top of your cheekbones where you would put like a powder highlight, a shimmery one, and just kind of blend that all over the place. And then now, of course, you always want to set your under eye because that's where it creases, where the concealer creases. Alright guys, Alright guys, so this is my finished contoured look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned a couple of quick and easy little tips and tricks on how to control your contour. If you did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!